scheduled start is going to be in Dodger Stadium. You thinking about that at all?
I mean, yes and no. It's definitely it's going to be fun going back home again. Excuse me. It's going to be fun going back home, seeing my family and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's another game. Just got to go out there, prepare, get a good game plan together, and just keep doing what I've been doing.
How many tickets are you going to need?
I don't know. Yeah. Probably a good amount.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, do you have any idea yet?
No idea yet. I'm waiting to hear back from my parents to see what the damage is.
But you got to look around for a second, right, and say, man, I'm starting at Dodger Stadium.
Just
for a second.
I'm hoping that the experience in the playoffs last year was kind of that. My first time pitching at Dodger Stadium, was in the playoffs, so I think that was a little more overwhelming for me. But I think at this point right now, it's going to be pretty easy.
You bring up the postseason, Mike Soroka. I know you weren't a part of the postseason last year, but pitching last year, Mike, we'll start with you. Just getting that experience, how much did that help going into this year, albeit a delayed start for you this year?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Just coming into spring training, having it be your second Major League spring trainings, just a completely different atmosphere. You know what you're going through this time. You know how to go about your business a little better. You're not kind of stepping on eggshells. But no, coming up and understanding that you're not overwhelmed anymore. You're here to win. And it really is perform. You're going to get the starts. So I think realizing that and just being able to go out there and like I said, dumb it down to where it's just execute each pitch. That's the important part, and that's a lot easier this year, just to be able to put everything else kind of behind and just pitch. I think that's important and something that's very hard when you first come up.
We can look a little bit about how you guys were raised, but there's a maturity with you guys. I don't know if it's parent-based, I don't know if it's decisions that you made, but there seems to be you guys carry yourselves. I'm not lying, like the idea that you carry yourselves older, have you always felt like, not just from a talent point of view, you're shaking your head no?
No, this has been it's been a long time. I've gone through, good amount of ups and downs throughout my career as far as, injuries, performance, and all that, and it's kind of just more recently clicked of go out there and get everything you got, and at the end of the day, like, you can't regret that. And as long as I don't have any regrets with it, then everything's good with me.
The idea what other people are saying is not a thing anymore, and that matters, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if I know that I'm going out there and I'm being the kind of person that that I know that I am, and I go about my business the way that I go about it, that if someone has a problem with that, then that's their problem.
Mike, what about it?
Yeah, I think it certainly sounds like with the influence he had when he was younger. We both grew up with coaches and parents that we could talk to, and I think that goes a long ways once you get to pro ball, and both of us were in pro ball so young that once you're able just to talk to coaches, talk to people that are older than you, you're not as afraid to ask questions and learn. And I think that's pretty big, and I think that's what a lot of people see, is that we're not afraid to kind of open up a little bit.
You traveled a lot, young. You played international ball. When you show up at camp for the first time as a pro, they're paying you whatever they're paying you to be a professional baseball player. You look around. There's, Glavin's famous line was, "I got down to camp and there were 8 of me." There were 8 guys. There were eight of me. That mind blanks guys sometimes.
Yeah. No, of course. I showed up my first spring training, and I'd always been one of the hardest throwing guys that that I knew, and I was with pretty good curveball, and I show up to spring training, and everyone throws the same fastball as I do. Everyone has a pretty good curveball. Everyone's striking everyone out, so it definitely is. It's a reality check, and it definitely tests your patience, and sees what you're made out of, because when you hit adversity for the first time, you can either shy away from it or try to rise up, and I think there's a good balance that you can find. But I definitely know that it was definitely it was shocking that first time.
Mike, when you showed up, same thing?
Yeah, definitely, especially because I think at the time our high A team was actually in a bus accident earlier that year, so they were all down there rehabbing. So we got to see pretty much everybody, and at the time, that was quite a few guys too. So I mean, Max was rehabbing when I first got drafted as well, and yeah, you look around and obviously the big thing out of the draft is bonuses, and you're thinking, okay, what did he get? What did that guy get? And you're thinking about that kind of stuff, and then you realize pretty quick that it's few and far between. I mean, it's everybody.
And it doesn't look. It matters. We know that first round picks, second round picks, they're treated differently. But once you get between the lines, that scouting report's going to
It's out the door.
Yeah, the scouting report doesn't list how much anybody is making or how much anybody got to sign.
No.
It's a scouting report about a baseball game.
No, I mean once you step over that white line, it's baseball again. It's me versus you. It's our team versus your team, and see whoever comes out on top. But I think that's the best part about it, though, is that it's not on paper. It's not just what the stat sheet says or what whatever someone's making or whatever